Sajila, what do you make of all this?
I am actually a big fan of Chris Whitty. I think he's become a little bit of a celebrity in his own right over the past, year. And I feel this is a bit sort of sour grapes on MP's part, because I think he's doing their job. But he's just, as he said, he's just doing his own job.
But when Boris says we're going to do this and then he does something else, is that not a bit naughty?
But why is it naughty? I'm likely to believe him now more than Boris, because if he's saying something is not right and we should be more cautious. I mean, he was saying more or less the same thing as Boris, but Boris just didn't want to commit to it. I think what was his Boris' comments were that although people should think carefully before going to events, the government was not going to cancel Christmas parties.
Think carefully. What does that mean?
Think carefully. I don't think either of them are doing as. I think we need leadership, so we need someone who's going to tell us what to do and sort of stand by it and actually, just lead from the front. And that's not happening. But if Chris Whitty is telling us from his sort of, professional view, this is what I think, and we still don't know enough about Omicron until January, after Christmas. So before then, all he can advise is go to what you think is necessary, prioritise your social calendar.
The problem I have with that attitude is you end up with a health and safety attitude where caution takes precedence over everything, and you end up not living your life, and many people suffer as a result. And if you actually look at Sage's forecasts, they have been woefully pessimistic and wrong. In many cases, the predictions of where COVID would go have not been as bad as they said it would be. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, we've got the highest rate of infections this week, though, since the pandemic started. Obviously, we've got, we've had vaccinations and I had the booster. I've had the booster myself. I urge anyone out there, get your booster, because I just think if that's all that's available to try and protect me and people like me, then that's what we should do, we take the booster. But I'm going to listen to science over politicians right now, and I think he is still... I'm going to disagree with you, because I think he does know what he's talking about, but he's also trying to play it safe, like he isn't completely going against what government is saying, but he's almost become their mouthpiece. And I think you need to be careful, because have you seen All About Eve? I think there's a little bit of a takeover, because if there is, and I know that people are in the party talking about who can, lead, and I think he'd make a good leader.
Stephen, the voice of sanity in a world of madness. What's your view on all of this?
Well, that's strange of you to describe Chris Whitty as that. You've changed your tune. I'm afraid we're going to fall out, because I'm going to defend him in part because anyone who is a bald man with a science background is Team Steve. We've got a lot in common in that way. I take your point that if you just listen to Chris Whitty, then you might lead this health and safety style life that's not a full life. He's not the full picture, but he's certainly in charge of his own picture. So I don't think it's an issue that he's unelected. In fact, I'd rather that our medical experts are trained in medicine rather than elected. That's where expertise is better than just having people voting for you. The job of the politician is to listen to him and others, but that shouldn't silence him.
I feel that science has been politicised.
By the politics, not the science.